Hello and welcome to the English Magnet. Today's video, present perfect versus past simple made easy. Using these two tenses can be tricky. The past simple is like the default mode to express a past action. But relying only on this tense might overlook key details and miss highlighting the connection of past actions to the present. In short, we're going to figure out how to use the present perfect and the past simple like a native speaker. Okay, let's get to work. Quick rundown. The present perfect is formed with two words, have or has, and a past participle, the third form of verbs. For instance, I have finished, you have not caught, she's driven, has he not eaten? Some past participles are regular. Finished. Some are irregular, but look like the past simple. Caught. And some are just their own thing, and you have to remember them. Drive, drove, driven. Eat, ate, eaten. Check the contractions and the negative form of contractions. For more information on the present perfect, click on the link. Second quick rundown. Okay, let's chat about the past simple. It's like a flashback to things that happened before. You know regular verbs like look, just add ed to show they're in the past, like looked. But then you've got those tricky ones, the irregular verbs, like see turning into saw. At least things are simpler with a negative form. You need did not plus base form, such as did not look or didn't see. No irregular verbs here. Not bad, eh? If you're curious to dive deeper into the past simple, click on the link. Now let's look at key differences. The confusion when using the present perfect and the past simple usually comes from how time is viewed by the speaker. Put simply, the past simple is for a completed action in the past with no connection to the present, while the present perfect is for a completed or incomplete action in the past with a connection to the present. It's all about connections. All right, let's compare different examples. Finished versus unfinished. The past simple is all about finished actions, while the present perfect can express an unfinished action. Example, I lived in Boston for 4 years. Past simple, the action is finished, so the speaker lives elsewhere by now. Example, I have lived in Boston for 4 years. Present perfect. The action is unfinished, so the speaker still lives in Boston at the time of speaking. His stay in Boston will exceed 4 years. Finished versus finished. Wait, isn't that the same? Yep, no doubt that's a bit messed up, but hear me out. The idea is that some past actions can even have an impact on the present, while others don't. Example, Monica polished her car an hour ago. Past simple, the action is finished. Monica is now doing something unrelated. Example, Monica has polished her car. Present perfect. The action is finished, but there's an emphasis on its impact on the present. Look at that car. It's so shiny. We can admire it right now. Finished versus finished in one's lifetime. Here it's pretty straightforward. The past simple signals a clear cut between the past action and the present. On the other hand, when using the present perfect, there's a clear connection with the present. Example: my father traveled to Morocco twice. Past simple. The action happened twice. However, it's not happening again. My father is not among us anymore, or he's just done with traveling. Example: my father has traveled to Morocco twice. Present perfect. The action happened twice. However, it could totally happen again. Probably going a third time is in the works. Finished or specific time versus unfinished or unspecific time. This is huge. The time words you use have an impact on the verb tense you use, since some indicate that an action is done and over, while others hint at some continuation. Example: I saw your cat last week. Last week is, of course, finished, so there's a clear break with the action, past simple. Example: I've seen your cat today. Today is by definition not over, and I might see your cat again. The whereabouts of a cat are unpredictable. So, present perfect. Example: she took her book back yesterday. Yesterday is finished and specific. It marks a clean break with the present. So past simple. Example: she's already taken her book back. Already hints at the action happening earlier than expected. While being unspecific about the time, we can't really tell when. So present perfect. You can look at the Venn diagram and take a mental picture of it. Don't blink. With the past simple: yesterday, a week ago, last month, in February, in 2015, first time. With the present perfect: already, recently, just, yet, since, never, ever, so far, up to now, this morning, these past few days. With both, for and today. Now, to finish on a high note, you should know that the present perfect allows you to express past actions while focusing on the present, and this is something to use to your advantage. Sometimes, drawing attention to the long-term effects of an action empowers you. Don't say, last year, I undertook many new projects and learned several new management skills. Instead, go for, I have undertaken many new projects and have learned several new management skills. With the present perfect, your attention is set on your present self having gained experience instead of focusing on past accomplishments. You imply that your new skills are useful now and your professional growth is ongoing. Don't say, I graduated a year ago and I began my own business. Instead, go for, I've recently graduated and have begun my own business. With the present perfect, graduation and starting a new business become relevant achievements for your present self, while the past simple merely describes a succession of past actions. Precision is also relevant when asking questions. Some questions have a different feeling when you swap the past simple with the present perfect. Example: what did you learn in class today? And what have you learned in class today? The past simple is limiting itself to asking about stuff done at school earlier. But the present perfect bridges the past learning activities with the present self. Tell me, show me what you have learned. Can you apply your new knowledge? There's a sense of continuation here. It feels like the learning is long-lasting. And don't we learn throughout our lives, eh? There you go. So, have you learned something today? We sure hope you have. By the way, a link to some free material to practice by yourselves can be found in the description below. Hopefully, this has been helpful. Keep practicing and you'll get the hang of it. Thank you for watching. Until next time.